Go one step further. Is this jiva the reality? See, our reflection in the waters. Suppose you stand near a bucket of water and look down. So there will be your reflection in that water. Now, if we have to describe that reflection, will you not take into account your own face, bucket, water, and the reflection? Can you talk about the reflection without the original face? Can you talk about the reflection without the bucket? Can you talk about the reflection without the water? All these things together is called as reflection. In the same manner, the original face Paramatma, bucket our body, water the intellect, and in this intellect Paramatma is reflected. This is just a phenomena. It is not an individuality. See, friends, whether the reflection is that of a saint or a criminal, that of a human being or a donkey, is it not the same principle which is operating? See, friends, therefore, the jiva is not an individuality. It is just a phenomena. But what happens? This phenomena, the jiva, gets identified with the body, and thereafter, I am the body. And after I am the body, thereafter, I am the husband, I am the wife. And thereafter, I am miserable, I am more miserable. Thereafter, desires, I want to get rid of the miseries. Because of whom you are miserable? Because of the wife and the in-laws. So what is to be done to get rid of the in-laws? You can't do anything. Under Indian conditions, buy one mattress and get 2 pillows free. Similarly, get married to a man and the girl gets the in-laws free. And anything which you get free is unwanted in that store. So all the in-laws which come free, they are always problematic. Then what is to be done to get rid of the in-laws? You don't have to kill them. Only separate legally from the husband, so that the moment you discard the body identification, husband, wife, brother, everything goes away. The moment you discard your husband, you don't have to do any special sadhana for getting rid of the in-laws. When husband will go, he will pack the parents also in his suitcase and go away. How simple it is, friends. But a basic error we are not ready to change, and then we think we are walking the spiritual path. So, chichayo petadhirnatma vijnana maya shabda bhak. So, this jiva or the vijnana maya kosha is also not the atma. Now, it appears that the mind and intellect are similar. So, this is elaborated in the next verse. Kartrutva karanatwabhyam vikreyatantarindriyam vijnana manasi antar bahishchaite parasparam. Now here the teacher tells. The vijnana manasi, the vijnanamaya kosha and the manomaya kosha. What they are? Vijnanamaya kosha kartrutva. The doership is located in the vijnanamaya kosha. I have done this thing, I have not done this thing. And what is the mind? Mind is the instrument, karana only. So, the Vijnanamaya Kosha wields the mind, and through the mind he does everything in this world. So, the Vijnanamaya Kosha is the doer, mind is only an instrument through which one is functioning. It is something like you take a screwdriver in the hand and tighten somebody's screw. So that time the screwdriver is like a mind and your hand is like the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Thus, these two are separated and it is said, Antar Bahishchete Parasparam. So the Vijnanamaya Kosha is subtler than the Manomaya Kosha. Because in the Vijnanamaya Kosha, there is a reflection of the consciousness, and in the Manomaya Kosha, there is no reflection of the consciousness. It is merely an instrument through which the Vijnanamaya Kosha plus the reflection of the consciousness, called as the Jiva, is expressing. In this manner, these two things are to be clearly separated. Therefore, come back, yesterday's example, body, prana and the mind and this Vijnanamaya Kosha. When this Vijnanamaya Kosha gets identified with the three, samsara begins. And when the Vijnanamaya Kosha gets disidentified from the three, samsara ends. Then the question is, where does it go? It goes back to the Ananda. See? Therefore, all the spiritual practice is working on neither the body, prana, mind or the Vijnanamaya, but working on the principle of identification and disidentification. We don't have to destroy the body, we don't have to do anything. Only recognize that we are functioning through the body and we are no more living as the body. Now apply this principle. All the parents are miserable because of the children. Why? Because of this error. If we recognize the children are born through us, they are not born to us, everything will disappear. Like, we construct the houses and give it for rent. So the occupant is not created by the man who created the facility. In the same manner, what we give to our children is only a condominium, a house. But the one who is living in the house, the jiva, is not created by the parents. See, therefore if you have got 4 houses, you put them on rent. In one house, a person comes who is extremely studious and pure and gets up early in the morning and does japa, dhyana, puja, study of scriptures. In the second house, there is a politician. And in the third house, there is a trader. And in the fourth house, there is a government servant. Now, what control you have got? Who will come in which house? In the same manner, our children, 4 of them. One is intelligence-oriented, Brahman. Second is politics-oriented, he is Kshatriya. The third is trade-oriented, he is a Vaishya. And the one is government servant, Shudra. All government servants are Shudra. Okay. Shudra means what? Bhagavan Vedavyasa puts a beautiful word for Shudra and Shankaracharya explains it. Shudra means what? Those who are constantly complaining and crying, they are called as Shudra. Now see who is there. The moment your wife complains, Shudra. So we have no control who is going to enter in the body that we have constructed. And don't we see in the same family, if there are 4 children, the 4 are totally different type. If the jiva is also created by the parents, like, the twins, they look exactly, the identical twins, they look exactly same, but their nature is totally different. See? And therefore, if we understand this principle, that our relations in this world are only imaginary. Mata pita bandhu sakha apano nahi koi. But we get carried away by all these relations and become miserable and make others also miserable. Now we come to the last Anandamaya Kosha. Kachid antarmukha vrittihi ananda pratibimba bhag punya bhoge bhoga shantau nidra rupena liyate. Kachid antarmukha vrittihi. See, let us understand this way. When I have a desire, what is the quality of my mind? My mind is agitated. For example, morning we get up and then tea. T, 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 T. Like, the clock sound, our mind starts. T, 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 T. This morning, I got up a little more early. So after I finished my everything, by 6 o'clock, I have already lived for 3 hours. Then, I think I should get a cup of tea. So when I went out of my room, there was absolute divine silence and darkness everywhere. So everybody in the house was in meditation, because wherever there is darkness, there is meditation. And then again I came inside my room. I think if I get a cup of tea, I can do little more work. And that very time I heard the sound. Somebody came, cut, somebody asked, lights on. So I went straight away in the kitchen, prepared a cup of tea, and had my cup of tea. Aha, nice. So conclusion, I was miserable because I did not have tea. I got tea, I am happy. Therefore, happiness is coming from tea. Conclusion. And it is here we go wrong. A disturbed mind is misery. And when I got a cup of tea, that very moment, the disturbances in the mind quietened, and the mind which was extrovert, searching for tea, when these disturbances got quietened, then it became antarmukhi. There is no more extrovert. And in that antarmukhi, introvert thought, the divine bliss reflects. Earlier, when we are extrovert, world reflects in the mind. And when we close the external world and become introvert, antarmukhi, then in that introvert thought, the divine bliss reflects. So, in the Anandamaya Kosha also, it is the reflected bliss. It is not the original bliss. See, friends, therefore, when it happens, Kachit antarmukha vritti, some introvert thought, Ananda pratibimba bhag. Like in case of the Vijnanamaya Kosha we have seen, in the Vijnanamaya Kosha, there is the reflection of the consciousness. And here, in the introvert thought, in Anandamaya Kosha, there is a reflection of the bliss. See? So, Chit and Ananda, they are not two. That aspect, which is reflecting only the Chit, the conscious aspect, is called as intellect. And that thought, which is expressing or rather reflecting the Ananda aspect of the absolute reality, is called as Anandamaya Kosha. It is something like this. If you heat water by the fire, you get only the heat aspect, not the light aspect. See? So only out of the two, light and heat out of the fire, only one is reflected in the waters, not the other. In the same manner, in the mind, in the intellect, when conscious aspect is reflected, it is called as Vijnanamaya Kosha, the doer, the Kartrutva Abhimani. And when the thought has become introvert, instead of consciousness reflecting, it is the bliss that the consciousness is, that aspect is reflected. And then it is called as the Anandamaya Kosha. See? And when it happens, Punya Bhoge, whenever some good deed in the past matures, many times we have this experience, sometimes we are happy for no reason. Today I am feeling very good. I don't know why. Maybe by mistake. Mistakes happen. See? So whenever there is fructification of some old meritorious deed, that time this mind is no more extrovert, it has become introvert, and in that bliss is reflected, punya bhoge. Second thing, bhoga shantau. If you want something, and if you are not getting, then agitations. and you get whatever you wanted. Immediately the bhoga, the desire is fulfilled, shantau, then again this Anandamaya Kosha is experienced. That is the time when Anandamaya Kosha is activated. And further, Nidra Rupena Liyate. Third, in the experience of the Nidra, the sleep, in the waking and the dream, the mind is extrovert. In case of the deep sleep, mind has withdrawn from the objectivity aspect of the knowledge. And when there is no objectivity for the mind to illuminate, so the thought has become subjective, and in that subjective thought, the conscious bliss, out of the two, the bliss aspect, like you cannot separate the light and the heat from the fire unless it is expressing through a conditioning. If the conditioning is water, only the heat is expressed, not the light. If the conditioning is of firewood, then both the light and the heat will be manifest. In the same manner, in the Anandamaya Kosha, it is only the bliss which is reflected. So, Punya Bhoge Bhoga Shantau Nidra Rupena Liyate. This is how Anandamaya Kosha is. So, we have seen the Panchakoshas. Annamaya modification of the food, Pranamaya modification of the air, then Manomaya modification of the knowledge, then Vijnanamaya modification of the condition or the knowledge with the reflection of the consciousness, and Anandamaya Kosha is the modification of the bliss. It is not original modification, original bliss. Now, is this Anandamaya Kosha the Atma? So, this also Anandamaya Kosha cannot be the Atma. Kada chitkvatvata natma syadanandamayopyayam bimba bhutoyo anandaha atma asau sarvada sthitehe. Now this Anandamaya Kosha expresses kadachit. Sometime it comes, sometime it goes. Most of the time it goes. Once in a while we are happy for a change. So that time this Anandamaya Kosha is manifesting, and therefore this being a temporary experience and temporary expression, it cannot be the absolute reality. Therefore, this also Anandamaya Kosha, na asau Atma, cannot be Atma. Then yaha bimbabhutaha anandaha. Then that bliss which is reflecting in the introvert thought, and thereby there is an experience of the bliss in the thought, this original bliss, bimba bhutaha, that original bliss is the Atma Tattva, and that is our essential nature. Therefore, bimba bhutoja anandaha Atma asau sarvada sthitehe, and it remains ever the same. Now be attentive. When we are happy, if we get something what we want, we are Jiva. When we are happy by giving something to somebody and make others happy, and then we are happy in the happiness of others, we have evolved. And the third condition, our happiness doesn't depend on either receiving or giving. Totally independent. See? This bimba bhutaha anandaha. Bimba means what? What we see in the mirror is pratibimba. And our face is called as bimba. So bimba is the original object and reflection is called as pratibimba. So, bimba bhutahaya anandaha, the bliss which is the original, independent. Because the reflected bliss depends on so many conditions. But this bliss, bimba bhutaha, is sarvada sthitehe. Under all conditions, it is the same. It is not dependent on anything in this world. Now be attentive. It is here, Bhagavad Gita's this verse, you reflect on this verse 1,000,000 times. Sukha dukhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam avapsasi. When we are interacting in the world, what happens is anything that is happening is creating disturbance in our mind. If we win, ha ha. If we lose, ooh. If we gain, I'm so lucky. If we lose, I don't know why this is happening to me. See? If there is a joy, let us have a party. And if there is a sorrow, let us have a condolence meeting. This is how a samsara is. But the one who is functioning in this world without allowing any impressions to be formed on the mind without the impressions is called as Paramatma. See? No impressions. Neither good nor bad. Those people who are do-gooders, they suffer more in this world than the average people. Because I am doing so much for everybody, but nobody appreciates me. Who told you it is your khujli that you are doing it? Nobody wants. He will not appreciate this because I have gone through this experience million times. Many times people think that they are doing good to me and torture. Swamiji, khalo. No, I can't eat. No, Swamiji, I prepared with such a great love for you. But see, Amma, if I eat, I will die. Never mind, please eat. Arre. And that is what they feel, that they are doing my seva. It is not seva, meva bana rahe. Nahi to keema bana rahe. See, friends. Therefore, function in the world, but maintain the equanimity all the time. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmate brahmani sthitaha. Brahma, the Paramatma Tattva, is equanimous to everything and being. It is not, the reality doesn't say, I will not like to support the stones. No. Whether it is a stone or water or animal kingdom or plant kingdom or human beings, wise or otherwise, no problem. Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshosti na priya. This bimba bhutaha ananda, it is not sometime coming and sometime going. No, it is ever the same. Therefore, bimba bhuto anandaha atmasau sarvada sthitehe. Under all conditions, it is the same reality. Now, reflect on this statement. Our bodies have gone through so many changes. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhirastatra namuhyati. How many changes have happened in our body? See? Suppose I am 70 years old, and according to your medical sciences, all the cells of the body are fully replaced in 7 years. So how many bodies I have changed? 10 bodies. Like we change our bunions, our underwears, our jackets. In the same manner, so many times the bodies have changed. Do we have the experience that we have changed? Now what sadhana you want to do? Just remain aware of this fact. And to remain aware of this, what is required is participate in this world for a time pass and live as if you are acting on the stage. In a drama, there are two parties. those who are acting on the stage and those who are the audience. In these two parties, in any drama, the actors get the name, fame, money and joy, and the audience pay money and suffer. Don't be the audience, be the actor in this world. So audience, what he does, if the movie is not good, drama is not good, they'll become angry. Now, react. See? And the actors, they have nothing to gain, nothing. Anyway, this was acting. No? Why do you take it seriously? See? This is the only way to live happily in this world. Only act. But how to do that as what you are doing now? See? Like how many times you must have heard that you are Satchidananda Paramatma? And if you are told, you are a Gada, don't call me Gada. That means, what we are really, that we don't accept. And what we are not, that if you are told you are a Gada, we get angry. Because how does this fellow know? See, friends. If we keep this attitude in life, then only we are studying Vedanta. Gatasu na gatasuscha nanu shochanti panditaha. The one who is wise can never be miserable. See? Therefore, after having rejected the Panchakoshas and this Ananda, not Ananda Maya Kosha, the Bimba Bhutoya Anandaha, this Ananda is our essential nature. Now here, some doubts are raised. Now this is how I told you on the first day, that all the possible doubts what human mind can think of, they are taken as questions and answered. This will help us. We don't have to even think about the doubt. इसमें क्या doubt हो सकता है? So, ननो देहम उपक्रम्य निद्रा नंदांत वस्तुषु मा भूत आत्मत्वन्यस्तु न कश्चित अनुभूयते. Sir, you said, starting from the Annamaya Kosha, the gross body, up to the Nidra, up to the Anandamaya Kosha in the deep sleep, these 5 koshas cannot be Atma. Agreed. However, Ma Bhut Atmatvam, Anyastu, other than these 5, there is nothing. So, Anyastu natu kaschit anubhuyate. There is nothing that is experienced. Because Annamaya Kosh gone, Pranamaya, Manomaya, there is nothing remaining. It is something like this. One social worker, he went in search of a victim. All the social workers are searching for the victims. He went for a victim. And then he saw one beggar eating, the leftover bread and all kinds. Social worker says, don't eat that. It doesn't have any nutrition and value. It is bad. It may be contaminated with salmonella. Therefore, throw it away. Okay, he threw it. Now what should I eat? I don't know. At least earlier he was eating something. Now that also you take away and now I don't know. You find out yourself. In the same manner, somehow or the other, we were holding on to the Panchakoshas that you have taken away. अब हम खाली हो गए, कुछ भी नहीं, ना घर के ना घाट के. See, therefore, there is nothing that is remaining. Natu kaschit anubhuyate. So the teacher says in the 12th mantra, Badham nidradaya sarve nubhuyante na cetaraha tatha pete nubhuyante yena tamko nivarayet. Badham. My dear student, you are really very intelligent. Whenever the teacher tells the student is intelligent, it is a reminder that you think you are intelligent. You are not. So he says, Badham, yes. Nidradayaha sarve anubhuyante na itaraha. What you said is right. We experience the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, agree. Other than this, nothing is experienced. This also we agree. Because now you tell me, Tatha api ete kena anubhuyante, yena anubhuyante. Who is experiencing the Annamaya Kosha? Who is experiencing the Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya and Anandamaya? Can there be an experience without an experiencer? See? The other day in one heart hospital, my friend took me, he is the chief doctor there. He said, Swamiji, I want you to see the heart operation, open heart operation. I said, why? No, you will enjoy it. You have got, that, what you call, attitude of learning so many things. This also will help you. I said, okay. So I went there. Then you have to change, that funny kind of clothes and all that, and then topi, and then mask like a terrorist, So I went there. And then that fellow whose operation was being done, he was under anesthesia, and his, this sternum was cut, and, like a dabba, it was open, and artificially blood circulation was going on, and his heart was like, this is the heart. I said, इसमें आत्मा कहीं दिखता है क्या? Where is the Atma? See? So, the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya Kosha is known, illumined by something. Unless that something is there, it cannot be established. Now the question comes that, Tam ko nivarayet, how can you reject that? That means, your objection was, if these five koshas which we experience, which we know, if they are negated, nothing remains. How do you say nothing remains? Because the one who is knowing the presence and absence of these panchakoshas, how can you say that he is not there? He is there. But I don't experience. That is a different topic. First topic is this. We have to go step by step. See? Therefore, when everything is rejected and negated, nothing remains. This is how the nihilists in the Buddha philosophy, they say. Shunya, shunya. Shunya does not mean absence. Shunya means absence of otherness. Because even the shunya, the absence, is recognized as existing. See? There is nobody in the hall. There is no grey matter in your khopdi. There is no grey matter. See? So even the absence is recognized as existing. How do we say absence is the reality? And therefore, Tatha api ete anubhuyante yena tam ko nivarayet. He who is experiencing this fire, how can you negate him? Now the question comes, why then we are not able to experience the self? As we can experience the gross body, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, etc., why we are not able to experience the self, the Paramatma that we are? Swayam eva anubhutitvat vidyate na anubhavyatam jnatru jnanantara bhavad ajneyo na tu asattaya. See? It is something like that, Take an example before I give these details. I have a vision or not. How it is established? Because I can see the colors and forms. Therefore, I have vision. Oh, very good. Now, with your eyes and with your vision, can you see your own eyes? You cannot see. Do you know why? You don't have vision. No, man, I can see you. See? Vision can see everything else except itself. In the same manner, the experiencer can experience everything, but experiencer being of the nature of experiencer itself. See? The other day I was coming from London, and these days the children give their parents gift, not in the form of a dhoti or a topi. They say, Mom, Dad, you never had gone outside, you go to Europe, I have booked tickets for you with Garbad Jhala travel agency. So, their whole life they have never gone out of the Navrangpura. Whole life, now for the first time they are going. So all the preparations and everybody in the world must know, See, these days I am very busy and I have to go for a Euro trip. Unless the people know, what is the use of going? See, to whom should I tell? And they are busy. And when they are going to all these places, so one such group I happened to meet in the flight. A Bombay group, Ikde Tikde brand. So one person came, wife must have told me. So he came and he says, you are Swami? I looked at him. You are Swami? I said, any objection? No, you are Swami? I thought must be some screw must have fallen. So, Vadono avalambyaha, I kept quiet. Then he looked at the wife, and the wife, hey, tuk. तुमको आता भी नहीं बोलना किसी से, हटो. And then, do you know Swami Anubhavananda who comes on TV? He looks exactly like you. Do you know him? I said, yes, no. What is this yes, no? I know because I am that. And I don't know as you know him on the TV. If the TV is gone, then Swami is gone. But if the TV is gone, I am still there. So I don't know myself as an object of knowledge, is it not? All the Panchakoshas are known objectively. This is Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Anandamaya. But can I know myself objectively? Therefore, I cannot be an object of knowledge or object of experience. And that is why experience without an experiencer is Paramatma. Joy without an enjoyer is Paramatma. Knowledge without a knower is Paramatma. Action without a doer is Paramatma. Very simple. See, friends. Therefore, Swayam eva anubhutitvat na vidyate anubhavyata. The self-being of the nature of experience cannot become an object of experience. And therefore, jnatru jnana antara abhavat, ajneya. And why it is called as it is ajneya, unknown? Because it is not known as an object of knowledge, not because it is absent. When we say somebody is absent, he is not there. In the same manner, the Atma cannot be experienced does not mean because he is not there, he is not experienced. But because he himself is of the nature of experience and cannot become an object of experience, and therefore it is called as ajneyaha natu asattaya, not because the self is ever absent. See? Will this question come in our mind? This is how the beauty of this Panchadasi. If you really want to have firm footings on the spiritual path, do Ekadashi, but give more importance to Panchadasi. Otherwise, all the time thinking about Saudana Khichdi Khao,